Question, why doesn't synthetic division work exactly when there's a leading coefficient that isn't 1? And so it does kind of work, you just have to undo a thing that you do. So let me see if I can explain that. So there is a workaround. And you can use synthetic division, like if you're doing rational zero theorem, depending on what your objective is. If you just want to see something as a factor or not, you can totally use synthetic division. But if we're strictly doing division, as long as we undo the sneaky thing we do, we can make it work. So let me show. Here is if I do nothing sneaky. So if I just divide by 3x minus 1, I get this answer right here in the blue box, remainder 2 over 3x minus 1. Down here I have the version if I did synthetic division, and that is where I would make this 1/3, because I would bring this 1 over and then divide by 3. So remember, with synthetic division, we're dividing by the 0 rather than the factor, and that's what we change the signs. So when I do that, I don't actually get this answer. I get this answer right here in yellow, and that's a 1/3 down there, if you could just see that. And what I think probably the person who asked the question realized that if they just divide out the 3, then they get the right answer. And that is absolutely true. Whatever thing you divided by over here is what you're going to need to get rid of at the end. And so in this case, we have this 3x minus 1. What you're doing is moving over the 1 and dividing the 3, right? Or you can just think of it as if we're not solving for a 0. You are literally just dividing this expression by 3 on this side. So you end up with x over x minus 1/3. And then bring that over, and there's your 1/3 that makes your 0 down here. So if I do the synthetic division with this piece, or sorry, the long division with this piece, I get the same answer, and that is because I just divided this thing by 3. So let me show you what that is the equivalent to. If I have 45 over 9, that's the same thing as 9 going into 45. If I'm just like, I'm just going to make 5 anymore, and that's a problem. So if I divide this piece by 3, I have to end up dividing the other piece by 3, or I get the 15, and then I divide my answer by 3, and I still get back to the 5. But somewhere, if you divide the front half by 3, you either have to divide the inside here by the 3. If I take the answer that we got in the yellow, which is not quite the right answer, but it is equivalent in a sense, and I divide that all by 3, here we are right back at the answer that we should have got. So it does work, you just have to kind of undo the sneaky math that you did to make it work.